Okay, there we go. So we kind of come back in on this loud choir music that's sort of accompanied by the violin, and this music continues to crescendo and grow louder as you see this long shadow stretch out from the man you recognize as the captain. So Morg, you're going to get to refresh your willpower because I'm going to give you sort of this music is kind of helping you sort of get into the scene and refresh your reserves
My will to live.
of your will to hopefully you weren't going to turn yourself into a ghost. That'd be very bad.
Would I be able to get back to
So
Jade?
Fabio spent a lot of wheel on that.
Anyway, Fabio is just sort of like looking around, confused, like what in the, and Mara is like, what is going on? And Janie is just sort of patting Nanaka on the back.
Inconceivable.
This is good. This is good.
I should note that it looks as if Tierna's like room isn't even there in her own sense. Like her eyes are closed and she's just playing subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like she isn't really even aware of what's going on. She's just letting it flow together so evenly that she's just getting taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you've just sort of faded into the background. I think that counts as an XP action.
Yeah,
Because you're sort of just fading into the...
It's less of fading into the background, but more of becoming so in tune with the music that she just performs better once she just lets...
Okay.
Like she's essentially letting go of the worries of the physical world.
Technically, that might be like an obsessive action, really.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it definitely seems.
Yeah, you're getting worked up about something. Best if you build slowly, but eventually go right over the top. So you're essentially slipping into that.
Yeah.
So that's she's why not thinking about the needs of the physical world and just focusing on her music and playing with the choir.
Yeah, which is good.
I'll give you that.
That gets you an XP.
Okay. So you're fading into the background as you become more obsessed with this music. And the rest of you, what are you doing?
And I'm removing my my sword from its sheath and pointing it at her.
At who?
At the woman I was talking to.
Janie? Like she's right behind you, so like what are you...
Dun dun!
I basically turned around and like pointed it at her.
Okay.
And like in like a flourish, and I go like, well, if that's your intention, I can't let that be. Unfortunately enough.
Louder.
She doesn't seem to be very concerned by this.
She doesn't seem concerned.
No, she's just like looking at you like, what are you doing? And everyone in the crowd is like, oh, yeah. Actually, I'll give you the emote for that, actually, because that's good, Morg. But yeah, everyone is sort of mimicking what you did, where they're just like, oh, you know,
like
there's a gasp.
With every single like loud cry the crowd brings, I'd say that her wings flap as if to like mimic them. Like she's so in tune that she's just flowing exactly with them like a harpy model.
Yeah, but the entire crowd gasps as they're now drawn into this play.
Yeah.
On stage.
And she basically says, she makes it like a theatrical situation. She goes, you stand. She's like, you stand accused of wanting to harm every other person on the ship besides the captain, myself, and you, as an inconvenience to the captain as his orders. I cannot abide by that.
The captain turns and his shadow just sort of curls like a cape behind him. Hmm?
I cannot allow such things to pass.
I'm gonna go look up some music for this.
Jamie, what are you doing? And Rosalise as well.
Because everybody else could be able to hear this.
You're all sort of on stage.
I have an idea, but he's doing first.
Because she's saying that this woman, she's saying that this woman that she's pointing her sword at is basically saying that she planned to harm like pretty much everybody.
Oh, I found a nice violin. It's the horror theme. like as you mentioned, that she planned to harm everyone. This just plays, it spikes up.
Right. Yeah. So it's like that's happening. Like the tension is building as the music sort of increases in depth, and just sort of becomes louder and louder. And yeah. So.
Yeah, it's never loud enough to overshadow what we're talking about.
Oh, of course not. No, because you're very clear to the audience, and
as a play, it must be so.
And she's just sort of standing there, and she's like, "Oh, well, is that?"
Oh yeah, sorry, I was out for a bit.
Oh no, it's okay.
Oh,
So I was saying you're basically all on this stage, and she Nanika has pointed her
It's
sword
inside of like an open theater, basically.
Yeah, she's pointing her sword at
Janie,
and sort of has accused her of threatening to harm everyone on this ship who isn't like in league with her.
Yeah. And she's saying that she couldn't abide by that. Like she wouldn't let that happen.
Okay, I guess while all of this is happening, I'm going to be like a court transcriber and just like write
You're
all of
gonna
this
start
down.
like
That's great. That's brilliant.
Do. Yeah, you're just gonna.
And
start,
because yeah, I can write without ink, so it's just like.
Oh yeah, you're just starting to like make notes, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you can how much will are you spending on that?
I'll spend 3 will.
Okay, so how are you
Yeah,
making?
isn't it only that you can do 1, 2, 4, 8?
Well,
oh, is it?
I'm okay with.
Oh, okay, all right. I wasn't sure if we had to follow the exact guidelines.
Oh, I'm fine with. So you're doing this. How is this happening? How are you taking these notes?
I pull up one of the many blank books that I keep on my person and just start, with my finger like writing it down.
Okay, got it. Meanwhile, Jamie, what are you doing as these accusations are levied against?
well, is over to him. It's very that he's not casting like pretty much anyone there.
Right.
All right. So he starts running over Janie and Ford, and he bodily in between them. Is that true? Jasper wouldn't like.
Sorry, you're cutting out a lot.
Right?
You're cutting a lot on my end.
What's the last thing you heard before I started cutting out?
You were saying something about getting in between us, and that's it.
He gets in between Janie and
Janie and Narika.
He thing where he like puts up both arms like in between them, sort of like this has to be a misunderstanding. Jasper wouldn't like someone that was that bad.
This is no misunderstanding.
I think it's interesting because Janie's like looking at the cat. Says, oh, it's alive. I see.
There's just a laugh in the background. Jesus Christ. Anybody else hear that? Anyway, but no, who the fuck is calling me? No, stop it, Hancock. I'm not talking to you.
What does Janie say? Oh, it's alive?
Yeah, she looks down at Jasper and says, oh, it's alive.
Of course, Jasper.
Right. I'm sorry.
I mean, why wouldn't she be?
I'm just confused.
But
hold on 1 second. I have to
hurt everybody here, are you?
Not if I don't have to.
Why would you have to? Do something like that.
Well, you might try to stop him.
Stop who?
Well, she points over towards she points toward like behind you, but then you don't see anybody there. and the captain is just sort of like moved into the darkness, like off stage. But like, of course, the theater master, the person in charge of the theater would know where he is.
I
but,
know
like,
exactly where
it
he is.
doesn't like any of you. It looks like he's just gone, like he's just behind a curtain. But like that, like okay, he left, off stage.
Yeah. He went like up like the stairs and like hid behind one of the things. Basically, he's in hiding essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So
music.
yeah, but I frown immediately and I'm just like, what is he planning?
Well, his plan is a bit complicated. It would be difficult to explain in detail.
You have time.
We don't have
Or I will
time.
make you.
Well, if you don't mind me drawing things out. She seems to be
I
like
do
speaking
mind.
very, very slowly. Now, if I make sure that you don't get anything done, then that might work in my favor. So let's talk for about an hour, and then we'll see how things resolve.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
I refuse.
The music does not like the idea. Is not settling down. It's speeding up.
Yep.
I'm not going to let you talk.
And she's just like, the music keeps cutting her off. She's like,
I'm going to say, move out the way, boy.
Jamie is not okay. Jamie very
She's gonna say this to make it even worse on you. She's gonna be like, do you care about the safety of everybody here?
I said, I mean, yes.
Then let me do this.
Okay.
This woman has proposed a threat, and she may harm everybody else here.
Maybe.
The music bids it, Jamie.
I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm with hearts. Spend
So what exactly?
Straight up.
So what are you doing?
Straight up.
I mean, what? No,
Have you
what
really
are you
heard
doing?
it? First of all, he's going to straight up ask her, would you really hurt everybody here? Arts people too, plus 4-wheel too.
Like, try to get her to be like sincere, right? So she's like, well, I want to, but I really don't want it to come to that.
Dun dun.
Yeah.
Before she even got.
Sorry, go ahead.
I really hate you. She like says this. No, she says that like to
She says that she hates you. Okay,
like,
go ahead.
I really hate you.
Like which one?
No, she's saying that to Jamie.
Oh, ooh.
Jamie just said that's rude.
Oh, I know. She's like, yes, I know. She's like cackling almost, like, yes, I know. Isn't it?
The music gets sinister.
Well, you like the jukebox. I love it. It's so good.
Jamie steps aside. What on earth would make you do?
So wait, you stepped aside?
Yes.
Okay, that's very important. So I'm edging forward and my blade is being pointed at her neck.
Okay.
Tensions get high.
And
And you know what the song is now?
what?
Here, take a look in Discord in the in our
Oh
Chuubo
God.
chat. Here is a good thing about it. It has a chorus to it.
So now the
No one likes my song.
sort of battle is starting to ramp up, and she seems to be very sort of
And
still.
I'm getting very obsessed about this.
Right. So you've like
demands
you
blood.
now have a blade, to her neck, and she
Yeah.
seems not at all frightened.
I just imagine something really cool.
What?
I just imagine if like they begin to battle, the eye from her world opens up above the stage and like looks down.
You'd have to impose that, I guess.
I want to, but at the same time, it seems like a waste since it's just the act.
It would be a kind of
So
way.
what how much will are you spending to like try to hold her at sword point, because that would be
At sword point.
Yeah.
All right. So is this using fencing?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
I'm going to use. Let's see. I'm not taking any demanding action, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use one.
Okay. So then yeah, it would come back. So how much is your total?
My total. I had 7, but now I'm like at 6.
No, I mean your total action. Like
Oh,
your rate.
it's just a 2 right now.
Okay, so she is going to like struggle against and like slip underneath your weapon, and start like running off stage.
I'm chasing after her now,
Okay, so
and I'm
then
going to try and strike at her
okay.
too. While she's like
Jamie is
running.
going to shout out at Mr.
You cut out.
Oh, he's going
oh
to shout
Fabio.
at
Okay, no, I heard
Fabio,
you.
help.
Yeah, Mr. Fabio.
So you're
Oh,
calling
you're
for
gonna try to get Fabio to help.
And a
Okay.
willpower and 2 will to help.
Okay, so how are you?
Jack her in the
So
face.
so
Please
how
do.
are you doing this?
He's going to say, Mr. Fabio, please, I don't want anybody on the ship to be hurt. Couldn't you please help?
Well, since you
You
asked,
want
you see Fabio like swing out from like stage right on a rope,
From one of those
like,
banisters.
and he starts like coming in, and he like jumps on and tackles Janie without any effort, and he just like holds her in like a submission hold,
I just found the perfect theme for him. Check Discord.
and he raises his arms like,
Behind her, like her shoulders.
and everyone is like cheering like, woo, yeah.
Yeah. There's like a whole crowd that are just clapping for him.
And then there are a few mumbles like, I don't remember him being in the cast list. Oh, let's just go with it.
Well, they're like blank faces too.
Right.
So she raises her sword again, and she like points it towards her neck, and she goes, "Don't let her move. I won't harm her." And at the right of Jamie, for now.
Okay.
But if she tries to struggle, I won't be afraid to cut her down.
Oh, go ahead. Hold me here for as long as you like. I don't mind.
Okay.
You will tell me what the plan is. The entire plan.
You're doing that.
Tell me
Jamie
more
is going
about the captain.
and go behind the audience place. He sees Jasper running off, and he's going to follow them behind the
Okay.
Okay,
stage.
so he's trying to get basically towards
You see the
Captain.
captain hunched over in the darkness. Masked in
Mr.
shadow.
Captain. Casted. What's going on there?
It's very dark. I don't see anything.
The music slowly edges you
Almost-
towards the shadows.
Why are you? What do you?
Excuse me? Could you speak up?
Said what here?
Well, there's nothing going on. Nothing that you need to worry about.
What are you talking? Swords pointing at them and threatening.
The music
People and-
speeds up as if
They're
rushing.
trying to calm people.
Just relax. Just please relax.
Relax.
You are overreacting. Just accept what is happening. There's nothing you can do.
Hey.
Do I see the captain?
It's very dark. You can't actually see him. No.
he's hidden inside the darkness.
Okay.
Like of that area where the boy is.
But you do have
Right.
possession of your
So-
senses, so you could attempt to find him. It's not very difficult.
Do I recognize this moment? Can I guess who he is secretly?
Oh, you're playing like the game of Clue. Okay. Guess who or whatever.
I mean,
I mean, I already have a sneaking suspicion, but I have to use the question to
You know what?
Everybody knows.
How are you sort of like deducing this? Because it'd be very easy for you to figure this out.
I'm skilled in puzzle solving, like really
Okay.
skilled.
So,
Pieces are fitting together for you.
Yeah, I think you would basically just sort of all the puzzle pieces start fitting together for you, and you realize that the So let me see how I would piece this together. Like the moment. So you describe to me the moment of how you figure out the captain's true identity, and if you can guess it correctly, then I will say that you are correct.
Well, it was just the day, how it began. I mean, my first realization was with the ravens all appearing and it
Right.
reminding me back to the moment with that first encounter. And then seeing the captain with his long shadow and darkness, surrounding him keeps bringing me back to that same traumatic moment. And then I'm seeing him in this really, really dark room. And I'm like, I remember the times when you shut out the light.
Area. Yeah.
When I was trying to read all of those months ago, I know who you are. You are Eclipse.
He's like, some Jace Attorney, like, should be like, no.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
And he like starts. His shadow starts
This is the song, by the way, for this moment.
Yeah, his shadow starts to like move around like on its own, and it basically like swallows up the form of the captain, and you see this new form sort of take his place. Allow me to retrieve it. One moment.
While this is going on, can I do something on my end real quick?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
All right. So she starts speaking and she goes like, I know I promised that boy, but I promised also as the quartermaster to protect everybody on the ship that came onto here. And if you're going to propose a threat, then I can't let that stand. So, like, the fact that she's speaking about this, she's leading up into a decisive action.
Okay. So
She's going to take it.
what's your decisive action then?
She's going to cut this woman down.
Oh, damn. That is very decisive. Okay, so what's your intention on that? Because it's definitely very decisive.
I'm going to go ahead and apply 5 will.
Okay, so you're going to use 5 will to cut her down. Okay,
Yes.
you turn her into a ghost.
Okay.
Unless you prefer something more violent than that.
Very bad.
Whew, this is a very, actually, you know what? It would probably bonus as a wicked action. So
I'm just imagining this idea of you being like, okay, I'm going to slice you down, and then you see like the curtains like cover because you can't show the violence.
Can't show her like her death basically, because I am intending to kill her in this instance.
But you do see the curtains kind of close while this transformation is happening behind the stage. And then when the curtains open again, we see the ghost of Janie like visible to everyone.
I was intending it for be worse than just a ghost.
Well, the idea is that okay, fine. So you don't see a ghost. There's nothing there. The body's gone. No,
the body is gone in this case.
They moved it.
Yeah.
A gentle melody when the ghost leaves. No.
Yeah, a sorrowful piece begins to play for the lost.
And then she's like, as she's fading away, she's like, Jamie, I will return. And she's like fading away.
Yeah.
Since where
Jamie
is deaf. Okay. Eclipse is about to make a move on them.
Well, he's like marching out. He's like marching towards you, like the whole Imperial March kind of thing kind of plays like a
Right.
dun dun dun, and he's like,
As
Dun 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 dun.
and he's like marching towards you, and he's like, do you have any idea how long I've been trying to kill the sun? And now it has happened, and you are the only thing that stands in my way. So will you please move?
no. I tell him I'll never forgive anyone who take the sun from the people. No, no. He's first of all, he looks at him. They're incredibly determined. The
Dun, dun.
no fear at all.
This is where the Undertale theme starts playing. No, I'm kidding.
Make any moves on him?
He's like moving towards you as if he's about to make some kind of move. Yeah, like he's
I'm
reaching
going
his
to
arm out
spend
towards
the miracle point.
you. Okay, so
All
what are
right.
you doing?
So you're gonna defy him at that point then?
Mm-hmm.
Did I get
He's
my?
about to. Jasper gets in front of Eclipse. All right.
Okay.
To move towards them. Right,
Dun, dun.
wide erupts. It pretty much the brother scene blinds everyone in gold, and everybody sees as white. As everything starts to settle down, Jasper's no longer there. Is Jadarinka's ghost.
Oh, that's cool. That is very cool.
I'd say the melody softens, saying the almost sad, as I guess she could feel her friend's presence once more.
Mm.
Here, let me give you the good song for that.
Oh no, wait, I know the perfect song for this. Wait, where's Lacey's melody?
One second, I have one as well.
Anyway, so this is happening. This is actually happening. So a miracle has happened. What does it cost Jamie?
Her soul.
Okay.
Fuck.
Suddenly, Jamie's shadows appear. Something is real. There's no head.
Ooh, that's bad.
There's no head to it.
And so, okay, looks and it doesn't look like Jamie's.
Ah,
Taking
okay.
a on this
Okay, got it.
looks like
Here's the
he's
by the way.
putting his hands to his throat. He's shocked.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand.
To his knees. He looks like he's choking.
That makes a lot of sense. Like you're basically being like now Janie is like attacking you in this way. Yeah.
All right. So as this happens, a cut can form. Blood drips. He doesn't appear to, despite all this, he doesn't appear to be
No.
what was like a wound from that. Simply appear to be in enormous pain.
Right.
Thing
You
they
could take that
can't
as a win if you
scream.
want.
They can't. That yeah, it's definitely wound.
Okay. No, I understand. So then from there, how do we
The
go from
surface
there?
serious or deadly?
No, that was he was saying it's deadly. So then I'm actually curious as to what Tierna is doing, like specifically at this point, besides like sort of changing the melody. Like, is there any kind of action that you're taking? Because you can upkeep the music, because you've already been doing that.
I got
Sorry,
another.
what did you say about the music?
No, I was saying you can upkeep the music, but I'm curious as to if you're going to be like moving, or you're just going to be consistently
Right.
like doing.
So I
Because you
see.
can take two actions
Your
at the
friend's
same.
also technically in danger.
You can take two actions at the same time. So if you wanted to do something while playing the music, you can.
All right, I see. All right, so basically, what I see in front of me, I see the person who was cut down. I see.
Well, that was
Yeah.
that was hidden behind the curtain, and then she's gone. So
All right, but on stage right now, I would see the ghost of my best friend. I'd see him in emotional pain.
Yeah.
yeah.
Would I know what pain he's going through? Like, would I be able to see it or no?
He mentioned there was bleeding, so I'm sure that you noticed that because that is your purview. So yes, you would.
Mm-hmm. All right, so who here knows who Sona is from League of Legends?
I do not.
I do.
I do.
Okay,
I
you know
do.
how? All right. So I am going to try and do this. I don't know if it's going to cost a miracle or not,
Oh yeah, go ahead. Just let me know. I'll let you know.
because I want to know before I do this. But as I see my best friends appear, I'd say a slow trickle of blood goes down my cheek from my right eye, as if it's like almost in like a pain to see her again. But it's
Mhm.
but I can't help. Out of my right eye, blood starts to come out from under the eye patch. Now my left eye, tears start to come out. I give a bit of a sad smile as like I watch her reappear once more. My eyes then travel towards Jamie. I see him in pain, and I guess I sort of will the music to aid in his pain using medicine and violin.
Aid in his pain. What you mean soothe his
Like
pain?
he means
not-
to ebb it away.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, a bit away.
Okay. Sure. What intention are you spending on medicine? Because you need to be at least.
I mean,
think, like,
unless you're
6.
using this as a miraculous point.
Well, it would need to be at least 6 to be able to heal his. Like an intention of 6
Right,
to be able
right,
to heal a
okay,
deadly
so you
wound.
Then I will go for 6 to heal him.
Well, you need to. Well, what's your
You
medicine
need the
at?
total to be. What's
My
your
medicine-
medicine?
My medicine is 1, so I need to use 5 willpower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you.
And
need to
violin
spend-
wouldn't help add to medicine if I'm using that as my main tool.
I'll give you a
I mean,
tool.
she's
So you
using
don't.
it in conjunction. Yeah, so you get +1 then.
So you basically just spend 3. That's in
All
total.
right, yeah. Excuse me a moment.
Because you get 1 back after helping him. So you just mark 3 off. And you, Jamie, your pain, the shadow seems to be warded away from you, and the pain subsides temporarily. But it's
Did she use her MP for that, or was that just a regular intention?
no, that's
Regular
just
intention.
yeah. They're able to do that normal. They
Okay.
also magic, and like they're also an angel, so by nature they have some magical
Yeah.
properties. Like it's not
What
Yeah,
I
okay.
tell you,
like
Sona-
Morg is essentially Gandalf. So
He's a
Yeah,
staff and you have a
Jamie
violin.
and Tierna both have some magical powers.
yeah. So and I'm allowing that because it's in genre, so it makes sense. Anyway, so moving on. I probably could have applied an obstacle to that, but I didn't. So you're lucky. Anyway,
Jade.
it's not that impossible. So yeah. So Jade isn't really able to speak. It's more just an image or a projection of her spirit. And she seems to be holding Eclipse back, and he's like struggling to maintain his form as he's being like forced backward away from Jamie.
Would my music be helping them? Wait, actually, better question. Can they hear my music?
Yeah, you don't know, but I'm going. You can hope that they do.
Okay.
So debating on it.
I'm curious if Rosalie is going to do anything because Fabio is just sort of like getting up now as
Right. Well, I think as this is going on, I'm just analyzing how Eclipse is like moving and anything looking
Yeah.
for a point of
He,
weakness.
he seems to be
Yeah.
moving away from the light, like trying to stay within the darkness.
While clutching her head, she's gonna point her sword up like towards the upper portion where the boy is. And she goes like, Fabio, please protect the boy.
Why should I?
Please. I promised you that I would get you home.
He sighs. All right. He moves in
Thank you.
front of
Don't
Jamie.
think I'll forget this.
He moves in front of Jamie. He's like, and he looks toward Nanika. He's like, "You
The
roll me
reason why
one."
I'm acting as though she's winded, by the way, is because she used 4, which means that she had a strain on her mind and body.
Oh yeah. So your
So
wound.
that's why she's like winded.
Yeah. So you would have 2
Holding her
wounds at
head.
this point, but you still have your
Okay.
third. You still have your third box.
Jamie's going to look at Fabio. He's going to seem very winded. He's going to look at him. And is there a place where the spotlight is coming from? Is it a physical thing?
It's not like a physical thing. No. It's an ephemeral thing. So technically, it's not physical. I mean, and he is also not really a physical
Wait a minute.
being at this point.
Okay. He's going to do 2 things. Fast. Listen, Fabio. I think I know how to eclipse, but I need you to do something.
He looks toward you.
You
like,
need
what?
to be.
So you need my help? That's all I need to hear.
Yes. I tell him you need to be the most attention audience stealing possibly can next to Eclipse.
No problem. He like starts like flexing his muscles, and like the entire audience is like,
The crowd begins to go wild. All the women are like fanning themselves. All the men are like glaring with jealousy.
Come to him
excuse me.
and towards
Sorry.
Eclipse as well.
So okay, you want to move the spotlight like on right. Okay, so essentially
Spotlight would shift then.
and then the interesting thing is that Morg, did you want to say something about this? Because you
The spotlight shifting.
yeah, because you were
He's
No, I
because
just
you could what you could do with this, because you do have this ability, it would actually be like free for you at this point. You could essentially just empower it with your intention.
empower the spotlight.
That's
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
If you empower it, then it'd be great.
I was going to say he was going
Yeah, I'd empower with my music as if bolstering
'cause
more about him.
both of you have the ability to do that, but you need to tell me how much will you want to expend for that. Like together.
I'm not sure how
like
much
as a,
will I have left. Did I ever get the will back from looking into from checking if was telling the truth or not?
yeah, so you would get that back, yes. You get one back.
I'm going to have him for the wound. I'm going to have
you have one back from that, and then the rest you'd still have spent. And then Morg has whatever they have. And I'm saying like together you could combine your
And enfolder in this light.
He's going to spend his last will. He's also going to use a 3-thing magical skill from Deadly Wounds.
Okay.
Use Deadly Wounds.
Okay.
Use his power to turn this spot to sunlight.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you can do that for sure.
Spotlight into like a second miniature sun.
Yeah, fair. And then since since just so I can explain this quickly, since Tiernet also has some influence over like the solar heavens and like sunlight, she's also able to help with this. So you're going to effectively combine your intention with his. So
stop moving around, please.
that's going to be like a Right now it's at 5. So what you'd want to do is tell me how much you'd want to add to that. Your total.
All right, I'm gonna just.
I'll probably add 2 to that to make it 7.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right.
So essentially, you shine this sunlight right onto Eclipse, and along with the ghost sort of warding him backward, he sort of starts to shrivel and like almost dissipate in the sunlight.
Is he dead?
Well, he is certainly weakened, and at this point, he sort of fades away.
I'm gonna try and strike at him. I'm running up to try it since he's weakened. I want to try and just stop him completely.
Yeah, your blade goes right through sort of the incorporeal form.
But I wanted to use my magic point on it.
Sort of okay. So yeah, if you do
Basically
that,
affect
so
ethereal.
you're just gonna charge forward and
Yes.
Okay. So yeah.
So now I'm out of that point.
So what's your intention on your level on that? Because you were fencing and then you're.
I'm going to
So you'd start at 2, essentially.
Yeah, I started at 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my my last 2 points. So I'm at
Okay,
2.
so make it 4. Yeah, you could definitely wound him then. So describe to me how you harm him further.
So essentially, what I do is that I basically push past the pain that's going in my head, and I realize that now is the best time to do this. So I race up the stairs and just leap towards him and just stab my weapon through him as it just I put all my anger and frustration about him and what happened to the goddess of the sun into this.
So as you feel these strong emotions run through you, you can feel the energy from him rip through him, but it starts to sort of squirm up the blade of your sword and clasp at your arm, his essence is trying to cling onto you. So how do you
stabbing it repeatedly through him because I want him to just
okay
be gone.
So you have this strong desire in your heart for him to be gone, and you see him start to be pulled outward and inward, twisting, and he at that point suddenly disappears. But you do have this sort of taint that forms on your arm, black veins that.
And I push it into the sunlight.
It essentially
stand is in the sunlight as much as I can get it to be.
What it does
See if it can just burn it off.
Is it sort of embeds itself sort of in your arm, almost like a marking.
Right.
Or some kind of etching. So you have that sort of embedded on you.
Is that an affliction?
It's not affliction. It's more just it's a mark. I mean, you could call it an affliction if you want, a mark of eclipse, but it's there.
All right.
You could mark that if you'd like, because it's effectively at this point permanent. Let me just mark that for you.
I have it on. I'm putting it on my sheet right this second.
Yep.
Oops. And then it's affliction.
Wonder if this counts as Fabio doing something really good.
I guess he helps.
It technically does.
So Eclipse is gone?
Well,
for now it seems.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's basically been, as far as you guys can sense, that he's been removed from existence.
All right.
As far as you can tell.
I think I might want to pull off one last miracle.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm just kind of falling down and stabbing my sword in the ground. Is I'm already wounds down and I've got a mark on my hand now.
So what's your play here then?
The miracle I'd like to use is
Get rid of the mark. Get rid of the mark, please. As I cry.
Oh well. Is Jade's soul still around?
She's fading away at this point.
Okay, before she fades away, well, I want to know if this is possible, I guess, but as my miracle, I'd want to try and essentially make a life exchange.
So you'd want to...
I would say that as her final crescendo of Jade's favorite song, she would want to exchange her life so that the goddess sun.
You're fairly sure that, and I'm not trying to offend you. I'm very sorry if this is offensive, but your lives aren't exactly equal.
That's
So-
true. That's why it's called a miracle. Damn it.
No, so that
Sorry,
would be
never mind.
that wouldn't be very plausible.
Like I said,
Mostly,
help use your point to get rid of the bug.
mostly because, and I will make this very clear to
actually
you.
bring Eclipse back, which is what I
She-
don't want.
She seems to be very satisfied. So you would believe, based on just looking at her face, that taking her out of this would make her more uncomfortable.
Oh wait, so like she looks at peace is what you're telling me.
Yeah, she looks at peace.
All right, so then what's going to happen is I'm going to gently hop from my balcony that I was on and slowly flutter down before her. Then I'm going to stop playing and do a small curtsy before her.
Okay.
Morty, I sent you a message.
And
Fades away.
and just to sort of end everything, this is where you all sort of take like everyone sort of turns to the audience, and there's a long bow, and the curtain closes on the story. So it's over.
No, hold on.
Oh wait, Brandon, one thing. When the curtain ends, can I go back to my keep?
If you'd like.
Then I do that because I remember the last time Eclipse visited me after being cursed, and I think it might be the same scenario as this one, where I may see him again at the bookstore
Okay.
and wait for him.
Okay.
Here, hold on 1 second.
Then
This is
maybe I
the
can use my
next
miracle
one.
point on something else.
Give me a moment. So I'm gonna mark.
Do we get miracle points based on per story?
Well, at this point, if you
Or is it per
spent it,
chapter?
if you spent it, then it's gone. I will ask this because I think there are at least 2 miracle points remaining between the 2 of you, if I'm counting right. Because I think Morg still has theirs, and Navita still has theirs.
I have an idea how I might use mine now that if I can't do that.
Well, I am going to ask you a question.
Oh, do I want the story to continue?
Well, in a way, the question becomes, what is the crowd? And this is where you answer the question.
Like all of us?
The 2 people who actually have points left, who can influence the answer, being Avita and Morg, as far as I know. What does the crowd say when after the curtain closes? Are they happy? Do they want to see the epilogue, or is there a cry for encore?
Out of
Well-
character.
I'm pretty sure it should be the show must go on.
Well, it's more like encore.
I will say that I would really love to do more of this. Question.
I'm asking you all out of character, but in character. But the 2 of you are the only ones
I mean,
who actually get to make.
Again, in character, I don't see that because the moment the curtain ends, I'm finding a way back to my keep
Right.
and I go
So
there.
then out of character then.
It's out of
Because you
character.
just-
You,
Out-
you
Yeah.
basically get a vote.
Out of character, I don't really have time tomorrow or
course.
Friday to continue, but if you
Of
want
course.
to, I don't know. I'm happy to play as Rosa at least, like in another campaign or whenever we want to do this again, I can just
Yeah,
pop back in.
I'm not saying we do it immediately, but like you can contribute to making this continue. You don't actually need to even.
Then yes,
Yeah, but-
I will contribute to making this continue.
Okay, so then Morg
Thanks,
gets to
Rosalie.
make Morg gets to make the final choice then. Do you want things to end, or would you rather see how this continues?
I'd really like to keep playing.
But just so you guys know, you don't actually know how the ending is, sort of, or at least how the epilogue is going to go. So keep that in mind.
It really does feel like a TV pilot or something, to be honest.
Yes.
Wait, do you have to use your miracle point for this?
Yeah.
Or you have to use your miracle point to influence this?
Yeah, because essentially what it is that you're countering the fact that there must be an ending.
Right, but do you have to use a particular amount? Or are you just weighing in like your option? Because someone already said yes.
The point is that the way it works is you would need to spend, the way I figured it in my head, or the way the rules would work, is you'd need to spend 2, and she spent 1, and then Mora can choose to spend the other or leave it. But they have nothing else to spend it on, so I don't see why not, unless they want the story to end, which is their call.
I could do an interesting one, but no, I don't think you'd like that one.
Which is your ending C, where you're like, I am king of the world now. My ending, I win.
No. The second one, my idea was something along the lines of, we never tell the same story twice.
Oh,
Essentially, to restart and see what happens.
That's interesting.
Oh my!
I was thinking like this. Essentially, like
that's an interesting development.
I would essentially how I would imagine like she does a cutscene.
No, it's like oh god, it's like.
Well, I will point out that like time loops.
No time. Well, you're not even. It's not even a time thing. You're just telling the same story again, but it's.
James
I know, but it's
like
being reset. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I'd rather it be more of a continuation, but that's up to you.
That is up to her
as a
point.
group. Well, the idea is that if you spend the point, then it's a continuation of some kind, and then we would have to determine how that's going to go as a group. But that's one option.
What if it was a continuation, except maybe a reset where we still had all of our memories of what happened?
That's a bit complicated.
Darn, all right.
You have to kill Eclipse 3 times.
This time,
I am a Zelda boss. Don't you see?
Yeah, and you have 7 days to kill
I'll
me.
be honest. I do like these reloop plots. I'll be honest.
I actually do like it.
I don't, because I promised I would never do that ever again. So.
Nova's
You don't like
flashbacks.
it anymore?
It has to be different every time, though.
Well, I mean, the idea would be that when I mean continuation, I mean we're going to move onwards, not move backwards.
Okay, well, like that's still that's fine. More you,
Alright, then.
I mean,
So that would be my ultimatum: is like if it doesn't, because the thing is, if it's not ending, then that means that the story moves forward, like by, association. So you can't just choose for the story to return back to what it was, because that would be an ending. Like that's essentially like how it would be.
All right, so I have an interesting way how to do this.
I'm just asking, like, do you want to continue this like out of character more than anything?
I'm gonna say yes. Out of character, I'm gonna say yes. I have an interesting way to end off this session with it.
Okay, so then I'll let you speak then.
So, quick question: I just have to send one thing in PM.
Oh, and then I will give Avita, obviously, a little send off, but no.
Rip.
I gotta say,
Alright.
Vita.
So essentially, I guess she'll do a curtsy and sit and hear the crowd cheering onward for more encore to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And at that, I'd say she'd take off her eye patch and clean off the blood that was on her eye hole. And she'd turn back to the rest of the group and say, they demand an encore.
And my character, being the theater person that she is, would rise up and say, then an encore they shall have.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie just
So here is the ending that you have earned, just so that I can wrap this up nicely. So it isn't actually very difficult for Rose Delis to find her actual bookstore, because very quickly, as the ship almost somehow seems to have guided itself towards the shore of this place.
And of course, my theater, ends after after that time. The ship returns back to normal, of course.
And it seems to have found some place to dock towards. And immediately, you see Rosalie's just sort of move off the ship and walk into a familiar part of town where she finds this bookstore that she was invited to. And Mara, even though the bookstore is much smaller and less elaborate than her library, is still somewhat jealous that she has a place to belong at all, that they've given her any kind of place to belong. And she just sort of, like, you see Mara just sort of standing outside this bookstore, like, looking frustrated. And this raven just sort of swoops down and starts pecking on her head, and like all these birds gather around the rooftops of the bookstore and squawk at her, and she just runs off down the street.
Stupid birds!
And then you sort of, Rosalie, you make your way into this bookstore, and for once you feel at home in this place, and you don't sense any danger. And in fact, as you look out the window of this bookstore, you can see this sunlight, the true sunlight, start to rise out of the clouds and shine downwards into the light, and illuminates like all the books and the bookshelves, and you see light starting to fill the town around you, as if it's sort of coming alive again.
Nice. And then, of course, I never leave that place.
No, never.
Never.
Not once.
How are the rest of you sort of making your way into town?
I've probably got like my arm like resting like against either like anybody that would be willing to help me move, considering like my legs still ache.
Right.
And I got like a pain on me because of like my wounds.
I could probably help you with because I have caretaking and medicine.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I'd probably take them somewhere and just try and help tend to them.
Okay, so you guys are moving into the town, and then what's Jamie doing?
Jamie will probably along the procession of people, kind of.
Yeah.
Obviously, doesn't have Jasper anymore.
And you see all these like smiling faces and people welcoming you to town, like calling you legendary heroes and all that. But you still very down. It's not really like, you see these figures in the background like clapping and celebrating that you've arrived, but you're not very happy.
We're all not very happy.
And sun hanging overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Mm-hmm. And though, in front of you, as we sort of fade out on the story for now, anyway, before we continue, we see the ghost of Jade, sort of like in a Obi-Wan sort of sense, just sort of like poke your chest and be like, "Don't be afraid, I'm right here."
Jade.
And then you can. And you can sort of feel this light kind of warm your chest, and you feel like sort of the powers that you lost before, or the powers that you hadn't had, are now sort of fully restored to you.
All right, nice.
And the same would go for and so for Tierna, as the sun sort of glistens against your wings. You start to feel more invigorated as well, as if the wounds that have kept you limited this whole time are now starting to fade in.
Would my eye get better?
I don't think so, but it wouldn't really be a symbol of your, limitations anymore. It would just be sort of a thing that's in the past, not something that's affecting you now. I don't know if that makes sense.
Then I will get a
But it's
fancy.
not bleeding.
Then could I have a fancier eye patch?
Possibly.
Okay, I'm gonna upload a picture.
Okay. So, that's it. Good job, everyone. You did it.
I think there's one character you
Excuse me, sorry?
can more than anything. I think you're forgetting the scene where Mr. Cast.
Oh, we needed to get Fabio back
See,
home. That's right.
Oh, yeah, fuck,
No,
yeah.
sees a gym as he goes out to the docks.
Okay. So he's
I
like,
am home.
no, yes, that's it.
I'm home.
Thank you. I'm home. He's like, wait, you're leaving?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm back home now. I can lift
Like-
things up and put things down here.
It's like, well, we could send you back to hell. It's like, no, I'm good.
He's like, no, I'm good. He goes like, well, why did you want to go back home anyway? Just because my gym, but this gym can work.
This gym is
and it's like, no. And he goes, and it has a better sight than just fire and brimstone.
We come back in like a week and he's like already the owner. It's like, how did this happen? I lift things up and I put them down.
Let's take some and put them down.
the owner's just like on the previous owner's like on the
With
ground.
owner
Like,
all around.
yeah, I like the ending for him. And then Mara is.
Do I
just
get a refresh of Will, by the way?
Oh, I mean, we're going to be doing a different sessions after this, so.
Okay, so do I fill everything back up
you can
again?
you can just have your will back.
Till next
Would my wounds be healed by her?
Or yeah,
them anyway?
we could assume they'd be healed in the interim. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we don't have another MP for next one, do we?
The only wound that's still lingering. So what I'd want, I mean, this is already sort of part of your character for Jamie, so I don't think you need to add a wound or an affliction for this, because your shadow is already part of your arc. So you don't need to add a new thing for that, because essentially all we've done is made it so that it's established the way it would normally be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you don't need to add anything new. But your wound could actually go away because now it's just become part of you.
I guess it does this. So first, it's then you start to notice some wavy hair, and then obviously Jamie doesn't notice this now. Who looks at the shadow? Then, just as the last scene fades, you can see the shadow fade too.
Oh, that's cute. But it might still be lingering somewhere. Who knows?
Alright,
Well,
I
I mean,
have
like-
to go because I have posting that I need to do, and it's very
Oh, that's
important
fine.
that I get this done quickly.
You can go. We're done.
Alright, let me know if you need to fix anything on the sheet. You know, you and I can talk about that. I'll be around.
Okay. Good night.
Bye, B. Here, let me change.
Bye.
Bye.
No, that was fun.
Yes, I did want to say thank you to Avita for joining us. It's been quite a while since we've gotten to talk, so I appreciated your
Oh yeah. No, I wish it wasn't during school so I could pay more attention here and there.
Oh, of course. No, it's totally fine. I
gotta say,
was
it was
happy to
great
get you
having
for
you.
I was happy to get you for a one-off. Like that's sorry. So I'll stop
Pretty
there.